Alrighty guys, I'm Casey and welcome to a brand new episode of our modded survival world. This season we're building up a castle or a medieval city, however you want to sort of interpret that. Some people call the keep the castle, other people call the entire city the castle. For us it's going to be a walled city with a palace. It's going to go over there. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with the palace yet. I'm focusing more on actually the city. But I actually want to focus today a little bit on our next project. Because last episode we put together this thing right here. This is our skeleton farm, and I've turned it off, at least temporarily. It will be running all the time normally, but for the time being, I actually want it off because we're going to get a lot of these stuff here, like these bows and this is going to start filling up our storage pretty quickly. And this is the overflow chest, and this is where they're going to go into a place where they're going to be sorted and dealt with in more detail. You know, we're going to repair all of these and ship them off to an armory and that kind of stuff. But for now, that's not really an option. You know, I've got to work on a couple of things. First of all, the first things that I have to work on is obviously getting this up and running in here. And to get this obviously up and running, what I'm going to need to do is get some repairers in here, get some stuff in here, get all that done. And then after it's dealt with them, I want to ship them off from here. This is where we're going to repair them. This is where we're going to craft up the bone blocks, the bone meal, all the stuff that we want from the skeleton drops. I want to ship it off to a shop and be able to have the shop up and running. So the shop is going to probably go over here. I'm going to start the shopping district here. This is where we was talking about putting one before. So I think I might put one here, the mob shop. Not entirely certain on that one yet, but we'll probably have it somewhere here. And then you need to obviously ship it off here to here, but we can't put it here yet because we don't actually have a build to put it in yet. You see where I'm going? But I don't want to start work on the interior of here. I don't want to start the factory, if you will, the mob factory, until we've got more mob farms, you know. Right now we've got this skeleton one, which is really good, really dandy, and really fun. But I'd like to incorporate another one into this. And I'm not entirely certain on what I want to do. I'm thinking we do a similar thing to this one. I think, you know, repeating this would be... it would work fine for what I want. Is that a creeper I saw in there? No. I thought I saw a creeper in there for a second. Must have just been the green grass through it. Now, I do want to make a creeper farm in the near future as well. But I want to utilize different mechanics for the creeper farm. Or maybe I'll utilize the same mechanics. We'll just utilize something a little bit different. So I'm just kind of thinking like how I want to play this. I know I want to put a mob farm here. But I want to put a special mob farm here. I want to put a universal one over here. And I'm not so sure that I want to follow up with the exact same design that we've got here. I don't want to kind of repeat the same shape. But that being said, you know, if we were to put this one here as a zombie one, like in this corner here, wouldn't be that bad. But I think what I want to do is I want to work out a little bit more of this wall and how I want this wall to go. So I can sort of feed it into the back of this wall a little bit. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to work out this wall a little bit more. Then I'll be back with you. Welcome on back, folks, and I've got the plan for the wall roughly in place. I don't know if this is going to be the exact scenario that we're going to go with. I'm unsure on that just yet. There is a small mistake in the wall here. I accidentally didn't go enough here, so I'm contemplating whether to move this all along one block, which will bring all of this along one block, which I'm not looking too much to do. Maybe we bring this along 3 blocks a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I just keep it like this, you know, because just imagine you know, being realistic about this. Back in the day when they were building like walls and stuff and medieval stuff, you know, they would have made small mistakes like this. You know, they would have cast a wall too short. They would have not had enough stone to go where they wanted to go, and you'd get some little minute differences, and that's really all this is going to be. And I kind of like that. I mean, we're not going to notice it too much. We'll somehow blend it in with that style, I'm sure. You know, but as you can see here, we've got this all kind of laid in place. that needs to... Oh, I see what it's there now. But yeah, so you can see kind of like the shape the wall is going to take. And already now, this is starting to feel a bit more like what we're going for over here. And again, I've mixed these. If you haven't seen the tower episode when we did these towers, and we planned them out, we planned it out just as I've done here, like I've done with this. This is literally how we planned it out. We just built like this. And all I've done is taken what we did earlier on with that and extended it over here. And I've gone all the way over into the mob farm district. This is officially the mob farm district. And to the river. I'm not going to have the wall connect over the river. I'm going to have just the river go through the wall. I'm not going to have it connect or anything. And I've done the exact same over here. As you can see, we've got the exact same going on here. Very easy, very simple, and we need to sleep, which is unfortunate. But hey, so the next thing that I kind of want to do is I want to start marking out the rest of the mob farms. Again, you know, I want to work on these mob farms. I want to get these mob farms up and running. I want to get this district up and running. You know, and for that, I'm going to need to work on these mob farms. I'm going to figure out where I want them to go, what kind of mob farms I'm thinking of having, and how I kind of want to structure them. You know, there's creepers, there's spiders, there's zombies, there's blazers. With the skeletons are another ordeal altogether. To get them to spawn, I think we have to be in the nether. I don't think there's a way to get them to spawn in the overworld, which is a little unfortunate. But, you know, who knows? Maybe there is something I can do for that. But again, I'm not sure I want to add wither skeletons into this mix. I want to just kind of get all the vanilla mobs spawning here. So, you know, we want blazers. Do I want pigmen? Do pigmen offer me anything that I can't get otherwise? I mean, they offer me gold nuggets. So I guess we do have a renewable source of gold. But again, I'm not so sure. Slimes, again, would be nice to have a couple of slime farms. So yeah, there's quite a lot of farms that I need to work on and work on the exact way that they're going to look. So yeah, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna just plan out some of these buildings just using this white marble. Again, if you remember when we did this area, we planned these buildings out here where we wanted these to go with marble. So I'm just gonna do the same thing here to try and figure out exactly what I want. So when I've done some work, I'll come back to you. Welcome on back, folks, and I've got the base outline of where these buildings are gonna go in place. It is also entirely possible that we can add another one in over here. I'm pretty sure we could probably make this work. There is a minimum of 3 blocks between them. So if I were to, I don't know, I want to do this real quick, so I'm not going to run back. Let's just grab a bunch of birch wood for now. Okay, there we go. If I were to add another one in here, I'd have to go 3 blocks away from you. Then it'd be the same size as this. But then it's gonna, yeah. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So maybe we can figure something else out to put over here. Oh no, it's so fast. Very fast. There we go. So maybe we can find something else to put over there. And again, we do have a couple of open spaces here where we can do other things. And we'll look at ways to fill areas in Minecraft at some point. Because we've got an area over here to fill. We could put a smaller hut here for maybe something or other, I don't know. But what I kind of want to focus on today is bringing up at least one of these. We've laid out the wall, we've laid out these individual buildings, and I want to bring one of them up. I want to bring one of these into flourishing. These are each going to be separate mob farms. We're going to have probably zombie pigmen and zombies in here, creepers, endermen, spiders, blazers, blizz, and blitz, or whatever the 3 are. And then in here, probably slime. You know, the skeleton farm, we've obviously gone overkill with how many skeletons we're going to have in here. But for these, I'm not entirely certain on sort of if it is overkill or not. I mean, we could most certainly rotate this. Yeah, I'm actually kind of thinking that we do rotate this a little bit. Rotate it very slightly. Instead of this here, let's pop this here. This is gonna have a roof on it. There needs to be at least a gap, 3-block gap. Yeah, that isn't going to work. So no, we will have to keep this here. But it's going to give us this back bit here to do some stuff with. We need to get rid of this. And that's going to be interesting to figure out exactly how I want to fill this space. I think I've got to watch some of Fwip, quite a bit of Fwip, or Whip, if you want to call him that. Anyway, he's great at filling spaces, and I'd like to sort of take inspiration from that. Did I go? I didn't go far enough over, did I? So I must remember to bring this over. It looks like I bring it one more over than what I have done. But yeah, let's talk about each of these buildings and each of these pods. Because like I said, I want to put individual mobs in them. Some ones we're going to have... It's driving me crazy. Some ones we're going to have 2 in, like slime, magma slime, stuff like that. But we've got to bring all of these up. And it's going to be too much for me to do this in each individual episode. In one episode, like to go, okay, let's build all these up now. That's going to take me a few hours. And I don't have a few hours to do it. It's Friday. I'm recording next week's videos this week. I've decided to do the Minecraft channel a week in advance as opposed to a month in advance. So, I do have some work to get done. I have 3 episodes left to do this week. And I unfortunately had a day off yesterday because of surgery. But let's focus on these. So, I'm going to pick an easy one to start with. I'm going to pick this one. And I'm thinking we probably do this one as spiders. I'm pretty much thinking that we do the individual one as spiders. We use the double one as creepers and endermen. So yeah, I think I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to work a little bit on this and see exactly what it gets in. So I'm going to put in some of the skeleton, and then I'll bring you back to show you an update. So as we've been doing with all the builds, we are starting with just the skeleton. I've got the roof in place. I want to give this a bit of a shape. So I don't want a flat, straight roof. You know, we've already looked at flat, straight roofs. So if you here look, they get very boring very quickly. And I'm trying to keep this series as a bit of a tutorial. I want you to be able to just sort of follow it. And so I'm kind of trying to expand as we go forward with builds. Just adding more and more things. Like we added these shapes here to make these a little bit more unique and break up the roof. We added one here. And I think adding these ones on are going to make it even more unique. Words sometimes can be very difficult. But yeah, we've got this shape in place. I've got all of the spruce in place, all of the, you know, the beams and whatnot. We've put a basement in. Of course, we're going to have a basement. This is where we're going to store most of our mob drops. So we've got this in place. I've tried to keep it the same size as the basement is over there, which is 3 blocks deep. I apologize that Minecraft sounds are a little bit low at the minute. I turn them down when I'm between clips. I watch a couple of YouTube videos. At the minute, I'm actually watching Welsknight's old design tech series. So again, we're just going to have 2 deep. And again, this is going to be spiders. And spiders are going to be kind of interesting for us. Because I've never tried making other Ender IO spawners. Never really tried making a powered spawner. Because if you see, we've got Enderman and, well, chicken. I thought there was a skeleton one, but there isn't. So maybe it is going to work. I was a little bit worried that it might not work. So my next goal is I want 2 spider spawners. So I need to, when it gets to the night time, I need to go out and grab some spiders in our soul vial. If you're wondering how to do a spawner, I've shown you how you do it with the skeleton spawner. The spider spawner is just the exact same thing, only instead of using a skeleton spawner for the recipe, we use the spider spawner. So yeah, so now what I've got to do is I've got to pop these in, and because this is a smaller build, it's going to be a slightly different design than what we're used to. And again, I've got to decide sort of where I'd like my entrance to be, and I think here might actually be the better idea. So we could just go ahead and pop that there, and then bring that down, which means that would go there. We could have 2 separate doors here, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to block one up. Or maybe we don't. Maybe we put a window on the other side. That actually might be nice. So yeah, I think with this build, I think most of it's just going to be this cobblestone. So yeah, I'm gonna fill this in, both upstairs, downstairs, and in the basement. Then it's starting to get dusk, so I'm gonna go out and get myself a couple of spiders as well. It shouldn't be too difficult. And then when I've got something to show you, I'll bring you back. The building is mostly in place. I've got the windows obviously put in. I've got the doors to put in. I've got the window panes on me. I've got all the stuff ready to make ourselves a spider farm inside. And all I'm going to be doing is literally the exact same thing that I did over here. Like if you remember over here, what we did is we just had this grinder. We had the skeleton spawner. We've got a switch. We're just going to be running something very, very similar to this. Only as here we have 6. With the spider one, I'm thinking we're only going to need 2. We could take it higher in the future if we want to have a bit of a taller build. It might be nice to have a couple of these taller than the others, or it might be nice to have them the same. But in case you haven't figured it out yet, this sort of district here where the warehouse is, we've got the warehouse here, and then we're going to also have the mob farm and the mob factory here that's going to be dealing with a lot of what we're getting from these mob drops. So we'll be able to utilize them and send them off into our shopping district, which is going to be just sort of like as you come in. I'm thinking maybe over there, but perhaps maybe we put the mob farm shop sort of maybe here, I'm thinking actually. Make it one of the first things you see as you come in. We'll hide away the shops people ain't going to be too bothered about back here. They ain't really going to sell much. Maybe we have the armory back there. As in terms of the armor shop, because I don't think anyone's going to really want to buy armor, but we might as well have a shop. So yeah, I'm going to get this spider spawner put in. I'm going to basically just be doing the exact same thing that I did. The only thing I haven't got is all of the facades. I've still got some of them doing up. So I'm going to get on that. And then when I've got something to show you, I'll bring you back. I just realized that I actually didn't place torches down here for now. Don't have any lanterns on me, so I have to come back with lanterns, but that's okay. And one thing I actually did want to check while I'm here, real quick, if I could ever fly out. Did I? Yes, I did. I lit up in here. Wasn't sure if I lit up the roof of this house or not. So yeah, let me get some work done, and I'll come back to you in a little bit. Welcome on back, folks, and I've got the rest of the spider farm in place. This is starting to look really nice. This place is coming together. I'm really proud of it. Really happy with it. This is the spider house in its final glory. A little bit smaller mount there, but that's okay. Let's take a look inside. It's all fully finished. I think so anyway. There's a couple of teething problems that I've had to resolve with spider spawners. So one, this room is bigger than what this spawner can kill, but we figured out when we were making the skeleton that actually the spawn radius is 4 blocks in either direction. So we've got that. Now, for some reason, I'm not quite sure why, the spawner will spawn spiders below it. So we've had to make down here unspawnable for spiders. And I've just, for now, put these here. I'll come up with something. Maybe we'll hang stuff from the ceiling. Something will come to mind. But common loot treasure. But yeah, so we've got the treasure coming here. We've got this here. And again, for some reason... Oh, I think that's where I got... Was that a jockey riding spider? No. Now, one of the issues I was facing with these is I wasn't getting all of the drops. Actually, quite a lot of the... That's where I got arrows from. Spider jockey spawn. Right. Okay, that's fine. We don't need anything from spider jockeys. They could just go straight to the farm, the shop, which we'll set up later. But yeah. So, one of the problems I was facing was picking up all of the drops, because this only picks up drops within the kill range, and sometimes it's not very good at it. So I decided to add this vacuum chest, and basically all this does is it just sucks items into it quite quickly, quite easily. It's annoying because if you like kind of throw something here, it'll pick it straight up. So a couple of issues with the door, putting the door on, ended up in my vacuum chest a few times. But it's easy, it just come down here and it's in this chest. Again, I want to see what else we gather here. I put the sandy glass in so I'd know. It may be that I add a storage drawer here for bone and for arrows. It's possible. I don't know yet. I'm undecided. I don't know what this spider Vita is yet. But we've got spider eyes and we've got string, which are the 2 drops we seem to be getting. I'm just going to turn this off now. The reason I'm turning them off now and not letting them run, we will be letting them run probably permanently once this is all up and running. But I don't want those chests to overfill, and I don't want to sort of hind it all up here, you know, hoard it all up in that building there, you know. I kind of just want to switch these on as and when. Keep them running long enough to know what drops they drop. But yeah, I think that is going to do it for this episode, guys. So I think I'm going to do a bit of a different thumbnail for this one. I think we'll just do this for a change. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. So, if you've enjoyed the video, please do consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate it. So please do leave that like. And click subscribe if you want to see more from me. Guys, I'm Casey. I want to thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.